So when most of you guys think about chia seeds, you probably think about chia pets, those cute little terracotta creatures that sprout green hair at the tops of their heads. Chia seeds are a lot more than just a cute gift. It turns out they're actually edible, and they are really nutrient powerhouses. They're one of the best sources of plant-based omega-3 fatty acids. Those are one of the healthy fats. They're anti-inflammatory, and so they're protective against heart disease. They also are full of fiber, protein, B vitamins, and a host of other minerals and antioxidants, so they're super healthy for you. So you're probably wondering, what do these seeds actually taste like? Are they any good? How do you eat them? How do you cook with them? I did a little research online and came up with a bunch of recipes. To my pleasant surprise, there were a lot of dessert recipes. I have a big sweet tooth, so I'm always looking for more healthful dessert recipes that I can make at home. A lot of the recipes were for baked goods, but I did come across a lot of recipes for chia pudding, which seemed really simple. It had very few ingredients, and that was kind of what I was looking for. Something quick, easy, something that I didn't have to buy a lot of ingredients for, and that I could do here for you guys. So, like I said, it's really simple. There are basically 3 ingredients. The first is chia seeds, of course. And you can buy these at, most health food stores, Whole Foods. If your local grocery store doesn't have them, you can probably buy them online. And so that's one thing. The next thing is milk. That's what's going to give it the pudding consistency. I decided to buy almond milk. You could use cow's milk, you could use soy milk, rice milk, whatever you prefer. And I bought the unsweetened kind of almond milk just because I prefer to add my own sweetener. That way I have control of how much I'm adding to it, and everyone has their own sort of taste, and if you're worried about calories, then that's something else to consider. So these are the 2 main ingredients. And then as my sweetener, I had honey at home, so that's what I decided to use. You could use maple syrup, regular sugar, Splenda, it's totally up to you, whatever you want to use. So, like I said, this recipe is super easy to make. We're going to start off with the almond milk, and we're just going to pour a half a cup. Alright. Pour that into our mixing bowl. Okay, and then our chia seeds. So we're going to measure out 1 tablespoon. Oops, I'm making a little bit of a mess. 1 tablespoon of chia seeds and 1 teaspoon of honey, just for a little bit of added sweetness. Let it sit for about 20 minutes and we'll see what happens. Okay, so it's been actually 30 minutes and it still doesn't look like it's quite pudding yet. As you can see, it's still pretty liquidy. It's definitely thickened up, but it looks like it's going to need a lot more time. So we're going to let it sit for a little longer and see what happens. So it's been about an hour and a half, and our chia pudding is it's thickened up, but it's still a little bit soupy. So I'm going to try it and see how it tastes. And it's pretty good, actually. It's got kind of a sweet, nutty flavor, almost like having tapioca and milk or something like that. It's actually pretty good. And for only 110 calories, 4 grams of fiber, which is more fiber than is in most pieces of fruit. It's a pretty good deal nutritionally. It also has 2,900 milligrams of omega-3s, which is a very large amount, more than twice as much that's in an equivalent amount of flaxseed, which is another good source, plant-based source of omega-3s. I would recommend, if you're going to try this at home, maybe try using 1/3 of a cup of almond milk, or whatever milk you use. I used half a cup. It seems like that might have been a little too much. Maybe with a little less, it would have been more of a pudding consistency and less of a soupy consistency, but it tastes good, and I think if you threw in, a little fruit, maybe some nuts, it could be a really great dessert.